Hey, what's up, my construction entrepreneurs? Tyrone Jones here with the Construction Entrepreneur School and Services. Hey, this is part 2, retake. I did part 2 at the office. I think it was last week I did part 2 at the office, but for some reason the video didn't convert over to an MP4. I don't know why. I kept trying at different times when I was able to sit down and have my laptop, but it wasn't working. So here's the retake, part 2 to this issue where that company Contractor I was doing apartments for 2 years basically told me that I was denied a SCA, which prevented me from submitting the invoice, getting paid on that invoice, really having rights as a contractor on the job. So I'm just laying out what has happened on part 2 of this. Then there's also a part 3 on this, and some of the actions, some of the actions I took to get movement on their part and to put the rights back in my hand as a subcontractor, even though I should not have been operating under those circumstances whatsoever, right? So to just do a small recap, I was doing work with a large contractor that does that remodels apartments, either unit by unit or multiple units at a time. Working with them for maybe 2 years, 3 years, and recently I changed partnerships. I dropped one partnership, started another partnership, and when I did that, I switched the contractor from the partnership that I dropped to the other partnership. Okay, so really behind the scenes, how we went is there was 3 at one company that I had. Now it's just 2 of us. So when I did that, I switched everything over. Okay, so I completed units under the old company and started new units on a new company. Well, when I started, I didn't get a subcontractor agreement. I did go through the application to be qualified. Okay, there was an extensive process to be qualified. There was a thing called Trade App, and this company that I work with, their headquarters is in Texas, so it's probably a popular subcontractor or contractor approval process in Texas too. It's probably well known there, but it's the first time I went through it. Anyway, got the company approved. Supposed to get my subcontractor agreement. A lot of things happened. Then I was told I wasn't going to get it because they were short on staff, people working at home. Just gave me some excuses that really didn't make any sense. But I still tried to work with the gentleman because I knew him, gave him options to work with him. Well, he came at me foul, and I just felt like, you know what? Legally, I need to be able to protect myself, so we need to draw this thing back to square one. I told him, he still denied me. This gentleman I'm talking about is a project manager. It's like, man, I said, he really didn't understand. So anyway, I reached out to, I was trying to be ethical, reach out to the director, included a few people that I knew email address on that email. Some of those people had authority. Some of those people wasn't upper management, but I included everybody in that email because I wanted people to talk about it. I wanted him to feel that there could be someone that can tell someone that can make him move, right? Because I didn't have any other recourse. Hey, good morning. I didn't have any other options. I already put myself in a funky situation, my company, so at the same time, I know I'm gonna get movement. I know I am. I always do. So, the first email told him to respond within 72 hours. He did not. I was so busy trying to clean up these jobs that were behind. That Monday came, I wasn't able to respond until the following Monday. And I still haven't received a response. So the 72 hours passed, and then a whole nother week passed on top of that. That next email I sent out. This is part 2 right here. So I decided to write out email. Well, this time on this email, I put in there that, hey, I felt 72 hours were ample enough time, didn't receive a response. Why haven't I received a response? I felt like it wasn't right. The way I'm being treated is not fair. Basically, I just laid out everything. I didn't recap on what the last email was, but I just added to it. Basically, it's like, you beat another contractor out of money, you're not going to beat me. The way way I'm being treated is just not right. So what I did on that email, I added more people to it. So what I did is I went to the website, okay? And you know how the website, how most large company websites have. Now, listen, I'm telling you this because it doesn't matter if it's a owner, doesn't matter if it's a small company, doesn't matter if it's a large company that's not treating you right as a subcontractor after a, long-standing relationship. Doesn't matter who. I'm just showing you there's ways that you can be creative in making people move, but you cannot be afraid to take those steps. See, we be hesitant to take it up to the next level and want to constantly deal with the people on the level that actually are screwing us. You want to constantly give that person chance, one shot, move up. I say start at the top or get closest to the top as possible. I didn't start at the top, but I started just below that, okay? I went to the director, and then I also went to the regional director as well. So I tried to shoot up there, gave them a shot. Nobody responded. Next email, went to the website, says, about our company, shows the leaders. I seen all those leaders, seen the owner, got his name, seen the global vice president of operations, seen his name, chief financial officer, seen his name. Like, I seen 4 or 5 key individuals on there, and they gave their name, but they didn't give any other information. They didn't give no numbers, they didn't give no email addresses, nothing like that. So what I did was, I know the way the company email format is set up, okay? So if you've been communicating with people in the company, especially a large company, there's a way that everyone's email is formatted. First initial, last name, at whatever. First name, period, last name, at whatever. Okay? So mine is first initial, last name, at mycompany.co. So because I knew that for how that was formatted, good morning. Because I knew how that was formatted, I was able to take those names and create them into email addresses, right? Once I created those email addresses, I added them to the thread. Listen, I also said that on there, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lien in progress on that apartment building as well. So I don't know if it was me talking about putting a lien on that property or me including those high-ranked individuals in there. I think it was probably a little bit of both. I got an email back in 1 hour. It's basically telling me, hey Tyrone, your contract is being made right now. It'll be in your email within the hour. Not a hour, within the hour. 30 minutes later, I got another email back. Tyrone, here's your SCA. Please sign it, get it back to me. Okay. So I went from a project manager telling me denial of a subcontract agreement, which I wasn't able to get paid from. He wanted me to follow other avenues to get paid. He wasn't denying me pay. He wanted me to take other avenues, which legally would have took rights out of my hands if I ever wanted to file any liens, go for any judgment. It would have, just would have made it a lot harder the way we originally was going to go about it, right? So now I went from that denying me to now he's silenced. I haven't heard from that dude. That dude is, and I make sure I include that dude in every email. I do not play. You want to play with my money? You want to play with these, there's families working for us, depending on us. You want to play around? I step it up. So now they sent me an SCA, right? Now the next thing I want to do is I want to review this SCA to make sure that there's nothing on there that will put me into a tight spot. So I'm looking for LDs listed on there. I'm looking for anything about completion, not showing up. I'm looking for anything that's outstanding and the wording of it being different than what normally is said. So I gotta carefully read over this bad boy. Takes me 2 days to actually get it back to him, okay? Send it back to him. They receive it. And now I'm starting to get a little bit more movement, okay? Now I let them know also too, before I sent it back, I sent off an email just to respond. Because right now, remember, everything is in black and white right now, okay? What does that mean? That means that everything is wrote down. You can always use this as evidence, okay? If you got to take it up to court or whatever. So you want to start, or even if you get a response from that upper management that you was trying to get in touch with, you want to keep everything on your end legit. Respond within 24 hours. Be be firm. Don't be cussing. Just keep it corporate wise. You keep it clean, okay? But be firm. So I responded when I got the SCA, even though it took me 2 days to even though it took it 2 days to sign it, I still kept emailing every one of those days. So first day I said, hey, and I added everybody on the email saying, right? When this gentleman, when the director sent me the SCA, he took everybody off the email and sent it to me directly. He had like 1 or 2 flunkies on there under him on that email. That was it, right? I noticed that. It's like, so the next email I sent, I included everybody on it again, right? So now I'm pressing even harder. Listen, this is the thing here. If people don't want to pay you and you got avenues to take to force people to get on there, to sit down and start paying attention to what you're saying and get you what you need to do it. That's it. You need to take it up, you need to take it seriously, and you need to understand what paperwork you can file to make people move. And sometimes you gotta file it as well. So you gotta understand this is the only course that you have to protect you. It's not gonna be phone calls. You're not gonna be able to call a whole bunch of people. You're not gonna be able to, keep calling that person back to back. It's not gonna work, man. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work, okay? So what I'm saying is this: you can't be afraid to take it to that next level. What if that's filing a complaint at the CSLB? What if that's sending a letter to the owner? There's situations where you're not getting paid from the contractor, but you've been waiting a month. You stop working on the job. You haven't even went and knocked on the door and let the homeowner know that you haven't been paid and that you can file a lien against this property. You need to be tough. You need to, listen, I'm telling you, and you need to act on it fast. So the person that's screwing you know that you know exactly what you're doing and you're not gonna allow this to happen, okay? And that'll stop them from doing it to you and anyone else they come in contact with. Because there's people out there screwing small businesses all over the place. There's small businesses screwing other small businesses. I'm telling you, take the steps to bring it to the forefront. Whoever the customer is, whoever it is, there's times where I had someone that did not want to pay me because I didn't send him a report. This was another general contractor that I was helping out on the job. Did not want to send me a report, okay? He's probably watching this too. He didn't want to send me he wanted me to send him a report, another report after I sent them one. Said, hey dude, and mind you, the payment, this was the thing with this payment. He got paid already and he told me late and the money was gone. So the dude already owed me a payment. Because he was a friend, I got off on him about that, like, dude, so you got paid? He was like, oh yeah, I told you. No, the bleep you didn't. You didn't tell me a damn thing. Because I would have responded to you. I would have told you. I would let my partners know. No, man, you foul, dude. I told him, you're foul, man. And this is suspect for telling me, dog, that you're trying to get over on our partnership, because we had an agreement during that time to try to complete these apartment units. This was years ago, and came time for the next payment. Now he had to pay me what he didn't pay me, and he had to pay me what he owed me. So he was like, oh, hey, I'm gonna pay you as soon as I get that, as soon as I get a report from you. And I was like, hey man, just pay me. You're behind on payment, just pay me. Your report, I have somebody draw up your report, man. Just pay me. I ain't paying you nothing. This and that. I say, hey, buddy, let's not get into all that. You already owe me. That's what I want you to understand. Square me up, man. That report, dude, I'll get you that. That's nothing. Oh, I say, you know what? Don't worry about it, man. This is a good friend of mine, right? We good buddies. But dog, when it comes to business, I say, you know what? Don't even worry about it, man. So what I did, mind you, he was like the general. I was his sub. So there was a customer above that, the apartment building management company. I went and filed out 21-day preliminary notice. Dropped it off at the office. Nobody was there. Left it there. I usually take it to the office. Mind you, I haven't even taken it to the county recorder's office. I only took it to the office. Have them sign it and let it circulate in their company. Mayhem would be off. So I wasn't able to get it to anyone there, but I left it. But see, when you leave it, a lot of people don't understand really what it is until you voice it to them. So I abandoned that idea, went to the website. They actually had emails on their website. Dude, I sent that form with a short paragraph letter about how I'm about to put a lien on this property due to this person not paying me. Sent it off, dog, to like 4 people. Got a response within an hour, man. Hour and a half. Hey, hold up. Do not file a lien on this property. We will pay you ourselves. You hear me? Mario calls me, my guy. Hey man, what in the bleep are you doing? I said, dog, you didn't want to pay me, man. What else do you want me to do? This is our course of action for not getting paid. You know? So when I did that, he was all, now mind you, our friendship was done after that, right? It was done, still done to this day. We just speak kind of like here and there. But I got paid by the end of next week. By the end of that following week, I was paid. And well, we came up on an agreed amount because there were some things that wasn't finished. There were some things that did get finished. So we had to figure out what cost went to where. But then when we got that done, got that check, man, by the end of that next week. You know what I'm saying? So it was all good. So now this situation, I did send off another email after I received my SCA, and I basically said that, hey, you know, after speaking with upper management, which I haven't yet, but after speaking with upper management, they just told me that the way this is being handled is distasteful and reckless. That's what I added in there. So I just basically said that I added more fuel to it, you know. So that's it for part 2. Got my SCA. Now it's time to do invoicing, make sure they pay us, and still carry on with that process. So you got any questions about this? I'm gonna do part 3 here shortly because there's more to it. There's more work I still had to do. But I hope you guys are gaining something from this, and because I do get a lot of messages, I get a lot of emails about people not getting paid. What if this is legal, that's legal. You just need to know your course of action when you don't get paid. You also need to understand that you need to initially have your ducks in a row. Have a contract, have agreed amount in place, do your extras properly, okay? Your COs, your extras, whatever you want to call them, change orders, do those properly, whether it's residential or commercial. Properly do them, okay? Usually on the commercial side, usually they would do them for you, okay? Residential side, we fail miserably on that because we don't do them. So you need to start doing your paperwork properly, so when you do have to file against an owner or contractor, you know what to do. Now, some people say, hey, so I'm in a residential game. I don't have no emails to be emailed. Good morning. I don't have no emails to be emailing with the homeowner. Well, sometimes and this is why it's important to get a lot of information up front. If the homeowner is getting some work done and they're pulling a loan from the bank, then there's a lender involved, okay? You find out if there's a lender involved. This should be in the beginning, before there's an issue. Remember, as a contractor, it's not when someone will stop. It's not if someone will stop paying you. It's only when. It will happen. It will happen. I don't care what state you're in, what country you're in, what region, province. I don't care. It will happen. It's not if it would happen. It will happen. So you gotta, while everything is friendly up front, you gotta do your due diligence and collect that information. There's a loan here. Hey, okay. There's a loan paying this. Okay, hey, what is that bank information so I can put them on the contract? Okay, right? In a normal setting, asking for prelim info, which I went over that on another video. Usually commercial jobs, where you got commercial jobs, you ask for the prelim information, they'll give you everything. It's normal talk in the commercial world, in the right commercial world, okay? There's commercial worlds that treat things like residential, really got commercial properties, but don't know how to run them in a commercial setting or the commercial sector of contracts. Either way, if you got a homeowner, you know, you can't just say, hey, let me get a prelim info. They don't know what it is. And then you get all into talking about it outside of talking about it of the wording in a residential contract. It can get a little scary for a homeowner, and you can possibly lose the job. So you want to go about it to where you just discuss the prelim information that's in your residential contract. And then you say, hey, pertaining to that, I would like to know the bank information if there's a loan or anything, okay? You also want to have your contract worded that if you do not get paid, so you have to see a standard residential contract, you have to add to it to protect yourself. Let them know if, and you got to title this section. Add it on as if it's an extension onto the contract. Don't just add a piece of paper, okay? Add it on there. So let them know, hey, if we do not receive payment for any reason, I don't want to get all into the exact legal terms to how you need to word it, but you need to word it to where if we don't get paid, there will be a lien filed on this property. Straight up. Okay? So they need to, and you make it to where they have to submit in writing if they have an issue with you that may cause delays in payment. That's it, man. Needs to be on there. Okay? That way, when you don't get paid, per our contract agreement, section 5A, if I do not get paid, I will file a lien against the project. You have not paid me within 3 weeks, sir. Ma'am, I am exercising this right, and I will be filing paperwork to file a lien against this project. Attached, you'll file the notice here for me to send to the county recorder's office to put this in progress. If you would like to solve this outside of this process, please let me know. And listen, this is how you get people to move, okay? You have them understand, you reach other people in the family, okay? You don't just, once you mail that or drop it off and you speak to that person you always been dealing with, get the kids involved, get the wife involved, get the granny involved. Hey, listen, man, leave notices there constantly. If you don't get no movement, leave notices there all the time. Buy red envelopes, okay? Leave the same notice there in the same envelope. Hey, demanding payment, about to file a lien against your home. Put in red writing. You're gonna have to write this stuff, okay? But get other people in that family involved. Take about 10 letters and either put it on their door or mail it over a 2-week period or 3-week, 4-week period, okay? So that way different people in the family can receive it. See, a lot of people, when they hold back and they don't want to get out all information because they're embarrassed, right? No one in the home would hear about how their home a lien could be filed against it. No, let's make this go away. Get done with this. If you need to pay him, pay him. If he needs to finish. I didn't know it was going to get to this. So, but see, we're afraid to get to that level. We're afraid to get it to that moment. You cannot be afraid. You need to protect yourself, your family, and the families that work for you. So that's all I got right there. I'm gonna do part 3. I'm back on my walk. Man, feels good too. Open this bad boy up. All right, my construction entrepreneurs, hustle hard, then hustle harder. Right.